Welcome back to the Sibling Group Chat. I'm Owen.
And I'm Cassidy.
Today we are back at it with the Odyssey review, episode 64, An Encounter with Mrs. Hooper.
Yes, this is the 72nd episode of Adventures in Odyssey. It originally aired on May 13th, 1989, which is another 2-week break from our last episode. This is part of Album 5, Daring Deeds, Sinister Schemes. And in this episode, on a trip to a nursing home, Donna Barclay meets the stubborn and cantankerous Mary Hooper and learns a lesson about compassion. And our themes are compassion, specifically for the elderly.
Yeah, just sums it up pretty good. Do you feel like this episode doesn't really fit the theme of the album, other than the fact that actually not really at all? It just kind of, I don't know.
It introduces a character to us, but overall, yeah, it's a very slice of life, just run-of-the-mill episode.
Yeah. Even the character that it introduces, it's kind of an odd way to introduce him, almost, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's very random. I'd be curious to know at the time what their reasoning was. They have since, in the Blackbird books, added a bit more character development to him, which includes him working at the nursing home, but it doesn't really give a reason for why he does. I don't remember for sure, but yeah, at the time, I'm curious.
Anyway, so yeah. Getting into it, the episode starts with Chris just telling us that a group from Odyssey Church is going to visit the Odyssey retirement home, and Donna is going, and she's in for an interesting time, I guess. Then into the actual episode, Donna is very nervous because she's never gone before. She's talking to Lucy about it because Lucy has gone on this excursion before.
I think it's funny that Mr. Ricker reminds them that they're going to the Odyssey retirement home, not the Odyssey mortuary. That these are real living people who just want some companionship.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, Lucy had gone before, and she already knew the person that she'd been assigned to go visit that day. And so Donna asks if she knows anything about her person, or maybe she just says she hopes she gets a good person in. So Lucy asks who the person is. It's a Mrs. Mary Hooper, and Lucy has visited her once before, and she says she's what does she say? She doesn't say much because she says she's difficult. That's what she says. And then she says she won't say anymore because she doesn't think she should.
Lucy's just too nice.
When they get to the retirement home, our character to be introduced, there's a guy working there named Richard Maxwell.
They never say his last name, actually.
He asks Donna if...
she just calls him Richard.
Not?
They never say his last name, which, if you think about it, Rachel's last name was Woodward or something. It's not Maxwell, which I think in the Blackbird books they explain as being half siblings. But yeah, here they don't give his last name, but it's obviously Richard Maxwell.
Okay. Then Richard then. He asked Donna about his sister because apparently he thinks they're usually together, and I was like, we don't really hang out anymore. I don't know where she is. Then he offers to show her the room where she's going since she hasn't been there before, and apparently he was heading in that direction anyway. He works there as a, what does he call it? He's an
orderly. I don't exactly know what that entails, but he's a part-time orderly.
Yeah. So he's taking Donna to the room, and he's confused as to why she's visiting Mrs. Hooper. Donna's like, well, that's who they were given. We're supposed to try to visit and, just try to be friends with them. And he's like, yeah, she doesn't want friends, so good luck.
And both he and Lucy reminded her not to touch the plants.
I was just about to say that, yeah. Don't touch the plants.
Do I get a kiss goodnight?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. What was that?
I don't know. I think it's just Richard being Richard. He must be a good-looking guy, because, I mean, Lucy, later has a crush on him. Not to spoil some things, but he must be good-looking and he knows it, and he uses his charm to his advantage.
Yeah. So when Donna knocks on the door, Mrs. Hooper opens the door. She says she doesn't want visitors. She didn't ask for visitors. She says, go visit somebody else who wants a visitor. She would take visitors if she was still living at her house, but this isn't her home, so she doesn't want visitors. Yeah, she's just very difficult. This is Donna, or Lucy had put it earlier.
Yeah, no interest in Donna being there. And she very much is calling out Donna. She's like, you don't really care about me. And Donna's like, yeah, I care, I guess, kind of. She gets Donna to admit that Donna doesn't really want to be there, and she doesn't want Donna to be there, but Donna's like, but I have to be here, so.
And I mean, Donna tries to make conversation. She's like, oh no, like, that's unfortunate that you're not at home anymore, like, but then Mrs. Hooper, being more difficult, kind of tries to, like, scare Donna. She's, like, telling them, like, all these things that happen in the nursing home or whatever. It's just this terrible place.
They beat her with rubber hoses late at night.
Yeah. And so she's, like, scaring Donna, and then Mr. Whittaker comes to...
Sorry, we can finish this scene before I was going to say what I was going to say, because, yeah, it's not super relevant.
Okay. I was going to say Mr. Whittaker comes to check on how it's going, and Donna is like, get me out of here, and she runs out. And then Mr. Whittaker's like, what was Mrs. Hooper's first name? Mary. He's like, Mary. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm. He's like, kids these days, they just aren't dependable. But, yeah. What I was going to say is that, do you think this really is a nursing home? Because, like, you've called it a nursing home, and even the episode description called it a nursing home, but Chris and Mr. Whittaker called it a retirement home. And when I hear retirement home and nursing home, I envision those as two different things. So what do you think this actually is?
Well, based on how they describe Mrs. Hooper and how she, like, has the doctors talking to her, it makes it sound more like more of a nursing home type than a retirement home.
That's true, yeah, because we find out later that she's obviously recovering from some health complications. So.
Yeah. And maybe you could say it's an assisted living, which is a little bit different than a nursing home, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That could be more accurate.
But yeah, so that kind of ends that day. Then the next day, at which then Donna's talking to Lucy. She's like, why didn't you warn me about her? Like, you could have told me more. And Lucy's like, well, I don't know what I was supposed to say. And then she's trying to, like, Donna asks why, like, says she was cruel. And Lucy's like, I didn't think she was cruel. And then I was like, well, what did you think? And Lucy doesn't really know what to say. Because, again, she's kind of nice. You know, she doesn't know what to say.
She doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, even though they don't know about it.
Yeah. Then Whit comes to talk to Lucy and Donna. And, like, asks Donna, like, how is she? Like, she kind of ran out yesterday. Like, is she okay? And then he also says he has some like, I don't know what he calls it, like, plant something or other. But basically fertilizer
mixture, I think. Yeah.
But yeah, basically fertilizer, and he needs someone to take it to Mrs. Hooper for him. So he wants Donna to do it. And Donna definitely does not want to do it, but Whit convinces her to do it. It's kind of like, you know, how Mr. Whittaker just... It's hard to say no to Mr. Whittaker, you know?
You can't do it. I mean, I don't care if Mr. Whittaker is Mr. Whittaker, but you gotta listen to him.
Yeah. So Donna heads off on her bike to take Mrs. Hooper the fertilizer. And when she gets there, she knocks on the door. Mrs. Hooper tells her she can come in because she thought that Donna was an orderly and she had been in bed all day. The doctor had been doing something that morning and she hadn't been able to get up or check her flowers. She lets Donna put the fertilizer on the plants, and then Donna suggests moving them closer to the window because it seems like they aren't doing so well, and if they're closer to the window, they'd get some sunlight, which would be good for them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then, do you get the impression it's like a different day for the next part?
I was kind of thinking that. I just put it in my notes as a scene change, but I feel like it has to be, or they wouldn't have cut the scene like that. Like, it was the same scene, I think we would have just continued the scene. I think the idea is to show that time has passed, but I was a little confused there as well.
Yeah. Well, because like what they were doing and like how they talked after made it sound like it's a different day. But Donna had been helping Mrs. Hooper get a little bit of exercise, like walking around her room. Um, and then once they finished, Mrs. Hooper said that's like the best that she'd done in a long time. And she maybe says that's the most she's walked since her husband had passed away, which was like 8 months before. And so Donna had asked her um, about her husband, and Mrs. Hooper like says that he was nice and she misses him, but she doesn't want to talk about it. Like she doesn't understand or doesn't know why she would want to talk about it. And Donna says that she just thought she might want to talk about it. And Mrs. Hooper's like doesn't think Donna would be able to understand, and Donna's like, I think I could understand. And Mrs. Hooper like, there's no way you could. And Donna tells her about Karen and losing her friend. So like she understands what it's like to lose somebody who's very close to you. And Mrs. Hooper like apologizes for being kind of insensitive, I guess, but still doesn't want to talk. Even though Donna tells her sometimes talking about Karen, like when she misses her, is helpful for her. Mrs. Hooper says it's just wasted feelings and sentiment. That's all the people at the nursing home do is just talk about the past and cry. And she doesn't cry ever.
Donna tells her, but
Donna asks why she doesn't talk to anybody. Like she could talk to her or somebody else. Her daughter, Mrs. Hooper has a daughter. Mrs. Hooper says she doesn't talk to her daughter because she makes her daughter uncomfortable, and Donna says, well, maybe it's because you're always so angry all the time, like you scare them like you did me the first day that I was here. And yeah, that's basically what their conversation is. I don't know. Do you have anything else on that?
No, it's just obviously Mrs. Hooper is starting to open up more to Donna, but she still is very closed off.
Yeah.
All things considered, so yeah. But she is softening, you can tell.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, in our next, it's a very short scene, like before the, what's gonna happen in the rest of the adventure, kind of cut, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just Donna in Whit's office. She's trying to contact Mrs. Hooper's daughter. We don't really get anything else other than that, like why or exactly for what.
Yeah.
But then the next time we have Donna going to visit Mrs. Hooper. Mrs. Hooper was like worse than normal. There was people like that she saw like as she was going there. Did you get the idea they were all residents, or did you think some of them were people working there?
The man I feel I think is a resident, and I was thinking about it as I was listening to it. The woman she talks to, I think every other time I've listened to this, I have perceived her as like a nurse or somebody who worked at the retirement home. But this time, for some reason, I felt like she was also a resident. But the man was
the man was definitely a resident. Yeah.
You better watch yourself.
They are telling her that
sounds like a fun old man. I don't know why. Just that one line made me want to get to know him more.
Yeah. They were like, she's been worse today. She's been throwing tantrums, breaking things. Just be careful. Well, Donna's like, well, I'm still going to go in and visit her. And she went in, and Mrs. Hooper's like yelling at her. She's like, I hold you personally responsible for what? I'm not exactly sure.
Well, it would seem that her flowers were messed up. But
it also, the way Donna described it made it sound like she had done it herself, not that it was anything to do with the...
She had, but she was choosing to blame Donna for it just because of the mood she was in.
Yeah. But then Mrs. Hooper's like, you don't actually care about me, leave, I don't want you here. And Donna's basically like, no, I'm not leaving. I'm going to be as stubborn as you are until you tell me what's wrong.
Yeah. You want to be a big baby? I can be a big baby too.
But yeah, so she says she won't leave unless Mrs. Hooper tells her what the problem is. So Mrs. Hooper's like, you're not going to leave? Like, well, first she's like kind of touched that Donna like is actually going to be that stubborn and not leave. But then she tells Donna like, that touched, today but then she's like, was her birthday.
Wait, I'm still supposed to be mad.
Maybe a little bit, but she doesn't really act mad after Donna is like...
That's true.
After Donna like matches her level of stubbornness, I think she kind of calms down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But she tells Donna that today was her birthday, and she had just wanted somebody to say happy birthday or give her a card or something. And apparently it's kind of the first time that she let herself want company, I guess.
Yeah,
Is
like let herself
the
feel
best
anything.
way I know how to
Really.
describe it, I guess. Yeah. And so it's almost like she was mad because nobody knew it was her birthday, partially, but also because I think she's maybe a little bit mad because she had let herself feel that way and then nothing had happened or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Donna, after she gets through it, Donna's like, Mr. Whitaker was right. You are lonely, and you try to make it seem like nobody else knows, but everybody else knows because you just shut yourself off. And she said she had known it was her birthday because she had checked the... What did she check? She checked something
she
that
checked
would
the
have allowed her to
files.
find out it was her birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she had gotten her something that was better than a card, but Miss Super had to promise to not be her angry, closed off self if she was gonna, let Mrs. Super see what she had brought. And Mrs. Super promises, and then what Donna had brought Mrs. Super's daughter with her. She had contacted her to come, and so she came for Mrs. Super's birthday. And her daughter was there. Mrs. Super cried. What a touching scene.
Yeah. It was very touching. I always think about this. I find it funny that presumably Barbara followed Donna in. But we don't hear anything from her. Like when Donna's talking to these people in the hallway, I assume Mrs. Super's daughter was with her that whole time. But like nobody says anything about her being there. So it's just kind of funny.
It's for effect.
Yeah. I like how it closes with Donna being like, "Happy birthday, Mrs. Hooper."
Mm-hmm. You did skip a little bit. Mrs. Super and her daughter kind of talk a little bit about like what happened in their relationship, and her daughter mentions that she has her family with her, but she hadn't brought them in yet because she wanted to make sure that her mother was in a decent state of mind, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, and they both apologize to each other and make things right.
Mm-hmm. The end.
Mm-hmm.
Our outro, Chris tells us that God can use us to help others, and even adults, we can help them or be their friend or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So you didn't remember this episode at all?
Vaguely, very vaguely, I remembered parts of it, but not really at all. No.
Yeah. I mean, it's not super memorable, and like you said, in the grand scheme of album 5, it's pretty random and not what you're coming to the album for, generally. But, yeah. Still a good lesson to be learned.
And see, I didn't remember that Richard had any sort of appearance before he was at the college.
I do often forget about this. Like, if you had asked me what happens in the episode Encounter with Miss Super, I could have told you. But off the top of my head, I forget about the fact that he is in this episode. It is really random. I almost, like I said, because they don't use the last name Maxwell and they refer to Rachel, I almost wonder if they intended for that at first, or like they last minute decided to make it the same person. I don't know.
Well, they would have either had to change Richard Maxwell's name or not use the same person, because if you have a person named Richard with the voice of Richard Maxwell, like 2 episodes or whatever, I don't know how many episodes it is, but not very many episodes before Richard Maxwell gets there, it's a little bit confusing.
But how many Bobbies and Freddies with the same voice did we have who are not the same person?
I think we only had one Freddy.
Okay. I feel like maybe there's a bunch of Bobbies.
Maybe it was multiple Bobbies.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe,
I mean, it probably is
those.
just be the same Richard, but
was
it
a
is
little bit different.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, read the Blackguard books. We're going to be saying that a lot in the next couple of weeks. It's just going to be me saying, read the Blackguard books.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't really have any other thoughts. It's a nice, kind of cute, touching episode.
Easing ourselves into album 5. Next week, we're really going to get into it. Next week is a bite of applesauce. So here we come. If you know, you know.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah, so look forward to that one next week. If you haven't yet, go check out. We had tier lists the last 2 weeks, correct?
Yeah. Yep, lots of shared
Yeah,
lists.
go check those out on YouTube if you haven't done that yet. Subscribe wherever you get the podcast. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, bye.